for Morristown East, the Lady Hurricanes. They come in with a record of 29 wins, 5 losses, their third state tournament appearance. They were here in 1978, 1981, and they are 0-2 in state tournament competition. Their last trip was that trip back in 1981. So for Morristown East, Morristown-Hamblen High School, their boys were here last year. This is the first time the girls from Morristown East have made it to Murfreesboro and made it to the state tournament since 1981. They finished 8th in the Associated Press poll, the final AP poll of the season. Alongside Dan Hughes, Chris Harris with you here courtside at the Murphy Center. We go from AA to AAA, and Overton, a team that kind of surprised some people last year. In fact, their 4th straight trip to these Blue Cross basketball championships.
Yes, it is. And Chris, I look for a good game. I told you in the game before that we did that these two teams match up fairly well as far as size, but hey, Memphis got a couple of trees out there.
They do. I actually had one of my spot sheets from last year's game of Overton, and in fact the top 6 players are exactly the same from this year's team as last year, so everybody's back for Memphis Overton, and Coach Lynn Smith and Robert Woods over there. Lynn Smith in his 4th season as head coach at Memphis Overton. This is a team that has lots of veterans. They're led by Felicia Atkins at 14.5 points a game, Cornetia Fondren at 13.1 points per contest, and then their big post player who comes out the bench averaging 10 and 7 is Cortrice Golden. So the Overton Lady Wolverines, for the 4th straight year, they're trying to advance to the semifinals. Now, that's been where the road has come to an end for Overton. Have not been able to get past that semifinal for Morristown East. They're looking for their first ever win in the state basketball tournament here in 78-81 and back in 2011. We'll take our first break, a 2-minute network break. Back with more and a look at some of the key matchups in this one on the TSSAA Radio Network.
Take a look at this.
Thanks to Blue Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/impact.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
There are many reasons why 96% of First Tennessee customers would recommend us. Here are a few.
Well, what I love about First Tennessee is that everybody knows me when I walk through the door.
They actually get excited when they see you walk into the branch, and I love that.
They can't stop me from singing the praises of my bank.
Would I go anywhere else? Absolutely not.
I'm a 96.
I'm a 96.
I'm a 96.
Are you a 96?
Come see why 96% of our customers would recommend us.
First of 4 AAA quarterfinals, Memphis Overton and Morristown East. The road to the Blue Cross Championships for both teams looks a little bit like this. For Morristown East, In the region tournament, they knocked off Daniel Boone 65-35, Tennessee High School 52-36, and Science Hill 85-40. In their sectional contest, they beat Maryville 70-65. For Overton, their road to the Blue Cross Basketball Championships, they beat Memphis White Station 57-34 in the first round of the region, beat Germantown 53-41 in the semis, and won over Memphis Central 58-55 in the region championship. In their sectional contest, they knocked off Bartlett by the final of 63-36 to get to their fourth consecutive state basketball tournament for the Overton Lady Wolverines. AAA quarterfinal action, Morristown East and Overton, the Lady Wolverines. Boy, I tell you what, size-wise, Dan Hughes, advantage Overton plus experience.
You got that right, and it's going to be fun. This is going to be a quick game, and because they're going to run up and down this floor with the greatest of ease and then get set. You've got the nightcap coming up when Riverdale and Mount Juliet meet. I don't know if there'll be a seat left in this place. What do you think?
Absolutely. I doubt there will be. We'll take our final break. 2 minutes for our local stations. Back with a starting lineup in the opening tip right after this 2-minute local break on the TSSAA Radio Network.
It may not require a tech.
The 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships are brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA, and by the Governor's Highway Safety Office, who reminds you don't drink and drive, and by your local Tennessee Public Television station, proud host of the 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships.
Because you can see forever from Signal Mountain, and with the right vision plan, you can see a whole lot more. Because 5 kids in Jackson means 40 bicuspids at the dentist. Because of a mobile site that helps you find a doctor. Because of small towns, big businesses, and partnering together for affordable solutions in health and wellness. Every policy tells a story. You carry us because we carry you. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. Health, wellness, dental, vision.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this. Memphis Overton taking on Morristown East in the first of 4 AAA quarterfinals here at the Murphy Athletic Center. Alongside Dan Hughes, Chris Harris with you. Here's the starting lineup first for the visitors on the scoreboard. Memphis Overton starting at guard, a 5'8" senior, number 1, Jasmine Stafford. At forward, a 6'2" junior, number 3, Kelsey Briggs. At guard, a 5'9" senior, number 5, Carisha Fondren. At guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 11, Felicia Atkins. And at center, a 6'1" senior, number 25, Brianna Neal. Stafford, Bridges, Fondren, Atkins, and Neal, the starters for Overton. For Morristown East, at forward, a 5'8" junior, number 1, Gabby Gilmore. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 13, Jordan Hayes. At guard, a 5'6" junior, number 21, Jade Hale. At center, a 6'1" senior, number 22, Emily Hensley. And at guard, a 5'6" senior, number 25, Kendi King. Head coach for Morristown East is Tracy Cleninger in his 3rd season.
Hey, Chris, who defeated, who was the 2 losses, Memphis? Who beat Memphis twice, do you know?
One was in a tournament they played down in Florida. I can't remember the other.
Okay.
Tracy Cleninger in her 3rd season as head coach for Morristown East. Lynn Smith in his 4th season as head coach for Memphis Overton. Jumping it up. Hensley jumps it up against Briggs. Tip 1 controlled by Memphis Overton. Across the timeline, this is Fondren. Fondren will control the show. Up top, pass goes left side. This is Atkins. Atkins back to the top of the key to Briggs. Briggs right side back to Fondren. Fondren up top to Neal. Neal back over to Fondren. Or rather, Atkins now back to swing it to Fondren at right wing. Fondren gets it back from Stafford. Out front, they're against this 2-3 zone for the Lady Hurricanes of Morristown East. Fondren on the right wing holds the dribble. Almost a minute in already into this first quarter. Tried to lob it down low. Had it batted right back to him. Back into the corner. Gives to Stafford. Back to Fondren. Fondren averaging 13 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals. Fondren skip pass left baseline. 3 on the way. Off front rim. No good by Atkins. Offensive rebound put back by Stafford is short. 3rd chance. Up and in by Briggs.
You're going to hear a lot from Briggs coming in. She'll be there for the 2nd and 3rd putbacks.
Briggs, 11 points, 7 rebounds she's averaging per contest. Here's Hensley. Hensley out front to Hayes. Hayes to the right wing over to Gilmore. Had it knocked away and stolen. On the offensive, Fondren tripped up from behind, and a foul going to be called against Gabby Gilmore. The leading scorers for this Morristown East Lady Hurricane team. Their first team's first, inbounding underneath their own bucket is Memphis Overton, and Stafford comes in. Fondren, free throw line jumper from the left elbow is no good. Rebound battle for it, coming out with it is Morristown East King. Down the floor, Gilmore. Gilmore into the paint, looks back outside. 3 on the way, top of the key. Too strong by Hale. Rebound picked up by by Memphis Overton. Boy, I tell you what, Memphis is tough to get out of, especially in men's basketball. What we've seen the last few years, women's basketball, been some really good teams. Top of the circle, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound by Morristown East.
Those feeder programs that's in Memphis, they started off in women's basketball, men's basketball. It's all paying off now for Shelby County.
Gilmore to Hensley, outside with the key now to Hayes. Left wing now to King. King up top, back to Hensley. They're working around the perimeter. King gets it back, now left baseline, back to Hayes. Hayes starts a dribble, has a lane, scoops under, scores to the left hand. Nice drive and finish. We're tied at 2. 5:35 to play first quarter, all square, 2-2. Both teams trying to get a feel for things here early on. Fondren gives to the free throw line to Briggs. Bounce pass baseline, almost stolen. Picked up by Atkins, though. Spins in the lane, gives off, and the short shot good by Brianna Neal. 4-2, Memphis Overton regains a 2-point lead. Now a backcourt violation, a palming violation called against Hale. 4-2 is your score. 5:13 to play in the first quarter. Memphis Overton, this is Fondren to Atkins. Into the corner to Briggs. Back out front, they working around the perimeter to Neal. Back to Fondren. Fondren gets it back underneath. Good feet across the block. Shot from 10, no good by Neal. Rebound goes to the baseline and is saved out, but picked up by Memphis Overton. Fondren drives into the corner. 3 on the way. Off front rim, no good by Stafford. Another offensive rebound by Overton. Underneath Stafford, trying to feed a bounce pass across to Neal, but it's knocked around and picked off by the Lady Hurricanes. They'll try to bring it down and slow things down maybe a little bit here. Here's Hayes. Hayes between the circles to Gilmore on the left wing. Gilmore starts to drive and a whistle and a reach-in. Hand check foul going to be called against Fondren. First foul against Memphis Overton. Notice on the scoreboard they put Morristown and Memphis. I didn't put anything about East or Overton. It's Memphis and Morristown doing battle here. Lob pass almost stolen, picked up by Hale. Into the corner, 3 on the way. Front iron wouldn't fall for Hayes. Rebound put back up and in. Count it!
What a move.
Hayes to the free throw line now to trying to complete the 3-point play. 4:17 to play first quarter. Free throw on the way. Good. So she completes the three-point play. 3 in a row now for East. And they lead it 5-4. Here's Overton on the offensive. Fondren up top to Neal. This is Briggs now. Briggs into the corner now to Stafford. Back to Fondren, deep right wing. Up top, Atkins now. Back to Neal. Into the corner it goes to Briggs. Out front, Stafford. Back to Briggs in the corner. Step in, long 2, no good. Rebound picked up by Hayes. Hayes averages 6.5 points per game. Hayes, time with the key to Gilmore on the left wing. 3:40 to play here in the first quarter. Left side, Gilmore looks for help. Finds Hale. Hale over to the right side, back to Hayes. Lob pass inside. Had a good deep post underneath there to King, but lost the handle on the basketball. Turns it back over to Overton. Fondren into front court. Drives in the lane. Into the corner it goes. 3 on the way by Briggs. In and out, no good. Boy, I tell you what, for a big gal, she's got a good shot. Here's King into front court for Morristown East. 3:10 to play in the first quarter. Lob pass inside. Gilmore, good spin move. Shot high up off the glass is no good. Didn't touch rim. Rebound by Overton. 3 minutes to play in this first quarter. 5-4 is your score. Fondren, nice dump off pass. Shot no good. The floater by Atkins went fall. Put back though is good.
Basket by
Brianna Neal there for the putback, and the seesaw starts now. It's 6-5 now. Memphis Overton on top by a point. Gilmore out front for Hayes. Left side to King. Out front, top of the key to Hayes. Back left side they go to Gilmore. Baseline feed. Over to Hensley. Hensley out top of the circle. Back to Hayes. 2:25 to play in the first quarter. 6-5 Overton. King looks down low for Gilmore. Almost threw it away and does. Another turnover by Morristown-Hamblen East. In a hurry. This is Stafford into the corner. 3 on the way. Off front rim. Wouldn't fall for Atkins. Battle for the rebound. Jump ball called. Possession arrow. Favors Morristown East.
The world has stopped now. Mr. Palmer has officially arrived.
And a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Tracy Clevenger. We'll take you with him. 30 seconds for our local stations on the TSSAA Radio Network. Well, out of the timeout, Morristown East with the ball. They trail by a point, 6-5. Out front, top of the circle. Left baseline, Honeycutt who checks in, has it, skip pass to the right side, and a traveling violation call. 6-5, Memphis Overton on top. Memphis Overton 6, Morristown 5 right now. That's your score. Fondren in the front court for Memphis Overton. Ball goes into the corner. Out front, now a 3 on the way is good by Atkins. She can knock down the 3, averages 15 points per game, and it's 9-5 now, largest lead for Memphis Overton. Here's Gilmore. Top of the circle, Hensley. They skip it around the perimeter, and the ball is stripped away and stolen. Hale had it taken away, and here comes into front court Briggs. Against this 2-3 zone for Morristown East. Briggs is for Atkins to Stafford. Bounce pass goes into the corner. Now to Fondren on the right wing. Minute 10 to play in the first quarter. 9-5. Memphis Overton on top. Here's Atkins, deep left wing. Into the corner he goes to Briggs. Briggs starts to dribble in. Spin move, good spin move, and her shot falls. That's a pretty 10-foot jumper right there by Briggs. And Briggs with 4 early on, under a minute now to play here in the first quarter. 11-5 Memphis Overton. Losing her footing is Gilmore. Ball tied up, but a reach-in foul, I think, going to be called against Overton. That's what they'll indeed get here, is the foul going to be on Fondren. And for Fondren, that's already her second, team's third for Memphis Overton. Don't forget, you can watch all these games online for free. Of course, if you're watching already right now, you know you can watch online for free. TSSAA-network.com. Even if you're listening, you want to watch this game later, you can. All the games are archived at TSSAA-network.com. Underneath shot, no good by East. Rebound to Memphis Overton. 35 seconds and counting. Fondren drives in a little bit out of control. Kicks into the corner. Atkins for three. Yes! She knocks it down. 14-5 is your score. A 10-0 run here for Memphis Overton. 20 seconds left to go first quarter. Wells into front court. Gives to Gilmore. Gilmore hold it for the last shot as we are nearing the 10-second mark here in the first quarter. Wells, top of the key, under 10 now. Back to Gilmore at 5. Wells, Gilmore drives in, scoops under, can't score. It was too strong. Rebound Overton, and that's the end of the first quarter of play. A quick quarter of play. All Memphis Overton. They lead it by the score of 14-5 at the end of one. Back in a minute on the TSSAA Radio Network.
Want to take a look at this?
Thanks to Blue Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/impact.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
happen, and they get that 3 to fall. With a nice Kiram out the front of the iron. Fondren over to Briggs in the corner. Bounce pass Golden. Out to Atkins now. Still in this 2-3 zone. We'll see how long they choose to stay in it. On the baseline, Fondren spins. Shot up out the glass. No good. Rebound East. Down the floor in a hurry. King. They have numbers if she looks up. She does see an open player underneath. Hale in traffic. She goes up and is fouled. So Jade Hale, the 5'6" junior guard, a 76% free throw shooter, will head to the free throw line here. Morristown East just has attempted 1 free throw so far in the game, and she is 1 for 1. 19-8, Memphis Overton on top. Free throw on the way is in and out. Back in. Wonder if they brought any pizza down there to the Play On Sports people. I think they
ate the barbecue, though.
Ordered them a pizza earlier.
They did?
I said I should have ordered them a pizza earlier.
You reckon they would go out and have dinner with us after we're finished?
Hey, you never know. Are you buying?
No, I thought they were.
We'll have to talk to them about that at halftime. Here's a turnover by Overton. A bad pass. Gives it right back to Morristown East.
They've been really nice, and they do excellent work.
It is phenomenal. If you haven't been to TSSAA-network.com, it is a fantastic place. You can watch every single game archived on that website. Morristown East going to trigger the inbound underneath the bucket. Lindsey Wells. Out front, this is Hayes to Hensley for 3. Yes! 19-10 now, a 9-point lead. Here's Morristown East now, some full court pressure, 2-2-1. Briggs, bounce pass to Golden, layup good. Wow. She got the kiss too. Nice. 21-13 is the score. 8-point advantage. As they get the score right now on the scoreboard. Minute 54 remaining here in the first half. Pass up top of the circle and a foul on Atkins. She was a little bit too aggressive going after that pass. Fouls King. Still 1 away from the bonus, or 2 away from the bonus. First foul on she. 21-13, Memphis on top. Out front, top of the circle, this is Wells. Dribble drive against Stafford. Threw it away. Looking to the right side to Jade Hale, and they weren't quite on the same page there. $1:43 to play in the first half. Blue Cross Basketball Championships. One more game today. It's going to be a good one. Riverdale and Mount Juliet. 21-13, Memphis Overton on top. They may stall the basketball for the rest of this half. Up by 8. Memphis Overton at 29-2 on the season. That's what you call the yo-yo dribble.
I was wondering about that. I heard you say a while ago.
That's the perfect example. 21-13, Memphis Overton on top.
I remember a game I did years ago at Scotts Hill. They stalled, and I think I sung 3 songs during the first half.
We have time for one verse of something. Now they're going to start it. Here's Golden, top of the key. Golden to Atkins. Atkins steps in, 45 seconds to play. Inside she travels.
How about all the verses of Just As I Am?
Open up your hymnals, everybody. After a day of basketball, sometimes you need some. Probably need a Devo. 21-13 your score. Out front, 5-second call. Good defense there by Stafford. And Memphis Overton gets it back here. That's just not being really aware of that 5-second call. A lot of times that's officials' discretion about how far you are away when that 5-second count starts. 30 seconds to play in the half. 21-13. Memphis Overton on top by 8. Stafford out front, holding the basketball. 20 seconds now to go in the first half. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Top of the key. With it. McGoey out front. Atkins for three. Front rim, no good. Rebound East, and that'll do it. First half comes to an end. At the end of the first half, Memphis, Overton 21, Morristown East 13. Another low-scoring game here at the Blue Cross Basketball Women's Championship. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll have a visit with the Governor's Highway Safety Office after this on the TSSAA Radio Network.
The 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships are brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA, and by the Governor's Highway Safety Office, who reminds you don't drink and drive, and by your local Tennessee Public Television station, proud host of the 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships.
Want to take a look at this? Thanks to Blue Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/.
Because you can see forever from Signal Mountain. And with the right vision plan, you can see a whole lot more. Because 5 kids in Jackson means 40 bicuspids at the dentist. Because of a mobile site that helps you find a doctor. Because of small towns, big businesses, and partnering together for affordable solutions in health and wellness. Every policy tells a story. You carry us because we carry you. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. Health, wellness, dental, vision.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Blue Shield of Tennessee is an independent licensee of the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association.
At the half, Memphis Overton with a 21-13 lead over Morristown East. First of 4 AAA quarterfinals. The AA quarterfinals are in the books. The semifinals are set. CPA taking on Livingston Academy. And then in the bottom part of the bracket, it'll be Stone Memorial and O'Brien. So the semifinals are set in AA. Tomorrow we'll finish up AAA and then head into Single A. New format here in 2012. Kim Bonanna again joins us from the Governor's Highway Safety Office. And Kim, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Governor's Highway Safety Office again sponsoring. When did you guys start? I know ever since I've been coming up here, Governor's Highway Safety Office has been a huge part of the championships, but it's been a long time.
It has been a long time because, well, this is one of the markets we wanted to go to first because they are kids. They're beginning drivers, and so they're rookies on the road. They're not very good drivers. They're getting in the car with their friends, and so that's a distraction. Then they have the distraction of the CD player, the DVD players. Now they can watch movies in the car, and their phones, they're texting, they're talking, possibly looking up things on the internet, tweeting, Facebook. There's so many things to do in a car now besides drive, so that's been a big problem. So we're targeting them. It is now a law that you cannot text, so we're trying to enforce that law. It's been difficult to enforce because the police cars are right next to the civilian cars, so unless they're up higher, it's hard to catch them texting. But we have that as a primary law now. Seatbelt is a primary law now, so we're working toward it legislatively. So we're getting the laws passed. Partnership with the TSSAA is important, like I said, because of the demographic. And we reach them through these tournaments. We reach the parents through these tournaments because they're the ones that need to be the examples for their kids. Then the right team with the TSSAA sends Stephen Bargatze, who is a magician. He goes to all of the schools across the state, gives a presentation for Booze It and Lose It. So we're trying to take a proactive approach rather than a reactive approach because we want to prevent those fatalities versus working on them after they happen.
Sporting events are a huge part of you guys' marketing efforts. I know all the professional baseball teams around the state. Of course, you have the Grizzlies, the Titans, and
the Predators,
the major colleges as well. You always have a presence at those games.
Well, I mean, the demographic for drinking, believe it or not, are men between the ages of 25 and 35 at those sporting events. And you can drink at the professional sporting events, not the college, but the pros. So they're coming out of the stadium arena, and after having been drinking inside the arena, and somebody has to drive. So we're going to try to figure out that they don't need to be driving. Somebody needs to be taking their keys. So we have law enforcement outside those arenas so we can take care of the sobriety checkpoints and working on getting them off the road.
How many times do you guys institute, basically where you have setups on the side of the road? What I don't know what I'm trying to say here, where like on New Year's.
The checkpoints?
Yeah.
Okay, all of the major holidays, Super Bowl weekends is a big weekend.
Not like around New Year's and stuff like that, you have...
Believe it or not.
Roadblocks, what I'm talking about.
Right. St. Patrick's Day is one of the biggest drinking holidays of the year. So we have all of the holiday campaigns.
I have to watch Dan Hughes on St. Patrick's Day. He gets kind of wild.
Well, see, we're after people like him, the wild ones. We want to get them off the road. And I believe that, too. But our law enforcement agencies really support us, and we support them. The federal government gives us some money. We give it to them, and then they are visible to the public.
And with Dan being the mayor of Henderson County, I know, the local level, they can ask for grants and help when they need some resources.
And no law enforcement agency that asked for money last year was denied. So we've done a good job with that. It gives them money for overtime to get these people on the road. High visibility sometimes prevents the actions. I mean, we're talking about boozing, losing, click it or ticket, but also speed is a big deal too. So if we can get these people on the road, law enforcement, to enforce these laws, then that can prevent some of the fatalities.
Kim Bonata, Governor's Highway Safety Office. Thanks as always.
Thank you very much.
Overton 21, Morristown East 13. 2 minutes for our local stations on the TSSAA Radio Network.
Hey, you want to take a look at this?
Thanks to Blue Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/impact.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
Take a look at some of the halftime stats from this ball game. Looking at both teams for Memphis Overton. If you're watching online, you see 9 of 25 from the floor. That's good for 36% for Morristown East. They were 4 of 15, 27%. 3-point field goals in the first half. Overton 2 of 8, 25%. Morristown East 2 of 9, 22%. Free throws in the first half. Overton 1 of 2. East 3 of 3. Rebounding edge goes to Overton 16-11. And Morristown East committed 8 turnovers, 5 for Memphis Overton in the first half of play. That's a look at your first half team stats. Thanks to the folks from Play On Sports. Putting that on the screen for the good folks at home as well. Leading scorers individually, Briggs and Atkins each had 6 apiece for Overton. Leading the way for Morristown East is Jordan Hayes. She has 8. Triggering it in for Morristown East is Hensley. They'll go from left to right as we look on here. Hensley has it, holds it above her head on that right wing. Looks down low, good pass underneath, shot up and in. Nice cut to the bucket. And Hale lays it up and in. A nice start to the second half for Morristown-Hamblen East High School. Well, setting back in that 2-3 zone. As Fondren starts the offense now for Memphis Overton. In the corner it goes to Briggs, to Neal, left side back to Fondren. Back to Neal in the lane, up off the glass and in. High up off the glass and in. Brianna Neal, who didn't play a lot in that second quarter, gets the bucket to fall back to an 8-point game. 23-15. Memphis Overton on top of Morristown East. That's the main stat you need to know. 23-15, Overton on top. There's King. Out front to Gilmore, who's playing with 3 fouls now here in the game. She has 3. Didn't play many minutes in that first half. Gilmore gets it in the lane, backs her way in underneath. Good position, goes up strong. Missed it, though. Good defense there by Kelsey Briggs. Forced the miss. Rebound to Memphis Overton. 1:15 seconds into this third quarter. Driving in Fondren. Good dish into the corner. Driving in. From the left side, Stafford, her layup is way too strong. Rebound picked up by Morristown East. King up top to Hayes. They'll reset things here as Gilmore has it right wing. How can Morristown East get back in this game?
Well, I'm not sure, Chris, because the 2-3 is just packed back too far. To me, they're going to have to come out.
This 3, rebound underneath. They're going to have a second chance here. Open look for King now for 3. Yes!
Well, they could hit about 3 threes in a row and get right back into it.
Looky here, it's a 5-point game now. 23-18 as we have played now 2 minutes in this third quarter. Fondren walks it down into front court against that 2-3 packed in zone. Fondren drives in the lane, scoops with the left hand, misses, got her own miss, and is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. That's Hensley. That 2-3 zone, one thing you got to watch for, you got to find somebody to box out. That time nobody boxed out the shooter. Got her own miss and a chance for free throws here. Fondren, a 63% free throw shooter. Fondren, no points. She does have 3 fouls. Free throw by the lefty is rimming and good. She'll have another. 5:48 to go in this third quarter. 6-point game, 24-18. Second free throw, good. So Fondren, the 63% free throw shooter, nails them both. Gilmore has it for Morristown East. Going up against the tall, lanky Briggs. Top of the circle now to Hale. Skip pass left side. They give to Hayes, back to Gilmore now. They switch. Over there on the far side is the D of Overton. Now Fondren back guarding Hayes. Right side. Getting it back is Hale. Back to Hayes. Over to Gilmore, left wing. Coach Tracy Clevenger echoing out some coaching tips from her sideline. They're playing on that end of the floor where the bench is for Morristown East. Here's a 3 on the way. Looks good from here. Yes, it's there by Jordan Hayes.
Chris, they're right back in it. 4-point ball game. They're very, very patient basketball team.
4 of 12 now is Morristown East from behind the 3-point line. 4:50 to play, third quarter. It's a 4-point game. Briggs, long 2 on the way, wouldn't fall. Memphis Overton, good job, good hustle to track down the rebound. Out front, Briggs. Stafford. Over to Neal into the corner, Fondren. Pull up 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound is by Morristown East. And a foul called on Fondren, and that's her 4th.
Wow.
Not a smart foul there by Fondren. A 5'9" senior's got to be a little bit more aware of that. She was a little bit upset she missed that shot. How many times do you see in basketball you miss a shot, you're frustrated, and that frustration foul
comes back on her, and she accidentally fell into the player. Tried to avoid it, but couldn't on that one.
McGooey checks in for Overton. She's guarding the gal with the ball. It's Hale. Up top, Gilmore. Quite a bit of separation between she and the defender Briggs, allowing her to take the shot if she wanted to. She backs off now between the circles. Over to Hayes, now left side between the circles. Back to Hale. Hale starts to dribble, gives back to Gilmore. Midway portion of this third quarter now, 25-21. Memphis Overton by 4. AAA quarterfinal. Here's a steal. Overton, nice defense over there by Atkins. Ahead to Briggs. Righty layup, good. 27-21. They turn the turnover into 2 points easily then. We're back to a 6-point ball game. Here's Hayes. Back to Gilmore. And a timeout called. A 30-second timeout called by Morristown-Hamblen East High School. 30 seconds for our local stations on the TSSAA Radio Network.
Because you can see forever from Signal Mountain. And with the right vision plan, you can see a whole lot more. Because 5 kids in Jackson means 40 bicuspids at the dentist. Because of a mobile site that helps you find a doctor. Because of small towns, big businesses, and partnering together for affordable solutions in health and wellness. You carry us because we carry you. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. Health, wellness, dental, vision. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is an independent.
If you're watching, got a good look at that huddle for Morristown East. Coach Tracy Cleninger spent a lot of time talking to Kendi King and Emily Hensley, 2 of the senior leaders on this team for Morristown East. Gilmore takes the inbound side court, in back court, dribbles into front court now. Our team trailing by 6 here, 27-21. Hensley up top to Hale. Hale guarded out front by McGooey. On the right side, Gilmore. Gilmore works the dribble now back towards the top of the circle. Gives back to Hayes. Over to Hensley now. Holds it above her head. Back to Gilmore now. 3:10 to play third quarter. 27-21 your score. A 6-point lead. Memphis Overton. Hayes still has it right wing. Starts to dribble in. Now backs off again as we go inside the 3-minute mark on this third quarter. Winner of this game gets the winner of our next game in AAA is underneath a 3-second violation and a turnover. Too much time in the hot spot there. Back we go the other way.
Hot spot. I thought you knew basketball term.
Had created a monster. 27-21. Memphis with the ball up 6. This is Stafford going to walk it up now for Memphis Overton. 2.5 now to play third quarter. Top of the key, Stafford gives to Atkins. Over to the corner to McGooey. Out front, Neal. They skip it around the perimeter. Bounce pass back inside for Neal. She's trapped. Takes a power dribble. Tries to give for McGooey. She almost lost it. Comes out with it. Lays it up and in. 4 in a row now. It's 29-21. Left corner. Or that is King. They'll give out front back to Gilmore. 8-point game, 29-21. Lob pass underneath, knocked away and stolen. A tip by Briggs, picked up underneath by Neal. On the offensive, Stafford driving layup, ribbing around and goes. 6-0 run here for Memphis Overton. It's a 10-point advantage now, 31-21. $1:50 to play here in the third quarter, and we'll see if East can get something going here as their coach over there pounding the floor and clapping as she tries to get her team going. Hayes between the circles. Minute 30 now to play here in the third quarter. Out front, top of the key. Hensley back to Hayes. In the corner, Hale. Down low, underneath, layup. Nice cut and finish by Gabby Gilmore. Gilmore now with her first bucket. She averages 10 just now getting on the scoreboard. Here's Briggs over to Atkins. Atkins starts to dribble in into the corner to Neal. Out front, McGooey. Into the corner, into the baseline. Atkins for three. Off front iron. It hits the support. In the shot clock, it'll belong to Morristown East. Trailing by 8. Under a minute now to play. 59.6 actually to go. Long pass comes in. Gilmore driving in against Briggs. Lays it up and in with the right hand. Strong move. 31-25. Again, the lead back to 6. 4 in a row for the Lady Canes. And they sit back in that 2-3 zone, trailing just by 6. Memphis Overton, their 4th straight trip here to the state tournament. They have not lost in any of their trips in the first round, but they have not advanced past the semis. Neal into the corner out front. This is Stafford. They pass it on the perimeter now to Neal. Right baseline. Pull up. 10-footer is good on that right baseline. And it's back to an 8-point game. 15 seconds. Here we go down the floor. Driving in King. Lost the handle. Gets it back. Hensley spots for three. Yes, it's there.
Wow.
33-28, a 5-point ball game again. 3 at the buzzer. It's short by Stafford, and boy, those Lady Canes, they just will not go away. As we have played 3 quarters, 33-28. Memphis Overton by 5. Back in a minute on the TSSAA Radio Network.
Thanks to Blue Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/impact.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
As we start down the 4th quarter, Memphis Overton leads by 5. They have the basketball to start this 4th quarter, leading at 33-28. They've led by as many as 10. Underneath, this is Neal. Spins, looks, almost had it knocked away. Still trying to control it. Finally picked up by McGooey. Now to Briggs. Briggs shot way short. Rebound Morristown East. They can cut it to 1 possession, but a travel called on Hayes. Turnovers have not been that bad. That's just the 12th turnover for Morristown East. 5 turnovers for Overton. They've taken care of the basketball pretty well.
Yeah, and you can tell by the speed of this game, you didn't have that many turnovers.
Atkins floater in the paint, wouldn't go. Rebound by East, and now a near takeaway. Good hustle in backcourt by Stafford, going for that steal. And still a 5-point lead for Morristown East. They have the basketball, and into front court comes Gilmore, still with those 3 fouls. Done a nice job to keep it at 3 for East. Here's King in the corner to Hensley, left elbow. Left wing now, up to the top of the circle it goes to Hayes. Back to Hensley, holds it above her head. Hensley is 6'1". She doesn't play underneath the bucket hardly at all. Mostly just hanging around the perimeter. In fact, most of their offense is 5 out.
Exactly.
Hensley flashes to the free throw line there, but now everybody again 5 out. On top, King. Hands off again to Hayes. Pull up contested 3. Blocked by Stafford. Stafford got a piece. Neal comes away. Here's Overton on the offensive. Down the floor into front court. Pass almost knocked away and stolen, but picked up by Stafford. They'll reset here. Pass. Oh, what a great pass underneath.
Wow.
Threads the needle up top was Atkins to Stafford.
Is that not impressive?
Dish and dimes right there. A lot of like that if you're an Overton fan. 35-28. Back to a 7-point game, and a timeout taken by Morristown East. That's the 2nd timeout they've taken. A full timeout. Back in a minute on the TSSAA Radio Network.
Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/impact.
You can choose the back seat. Or we'll
out of the timeout. Morristown East with the basketball, trailing by 7, 35-28. Pass from Gilmore, intercepted by Atkins. Atkins drives in, shot blocked by Gilmore. A lot of players would have given up on that play. She hustles down, blocks it out of bounds. Overton to throw it in, but a nice hustle defensive play there. Lob underneath. This is Golden. Golden power move up and in. Send it in. 37-28, a 9-point ball game now. 5:50 to play in regulation. Underneath, good pass Gilmore. Gilmore, missed the point-blank shot from underneath. Rebound Memphis Overton. Across comes Atkins. Bounce pass over to McGooey out front. To Briggs. They're still in that 2-3 zone. Trailing by 9 here, 37-28, 5:25 to play fourth quarter. A side three on the way. An uncontested three by Stafford was a little bit too strong off the heel. And it's 37-28 still as Morristown East gets the stop. They bring it down. Here's Hale. Lob underneath is too strong from Hensley. Looking down low for Gilmore. She had that back seal underneath, but too much mustard on the pass. 2-2-1 backcourt pressure here for the Lady Hurricanes. They'll try to trap out of it. They make two passes, throw over it. Stafford drives in, layout, rimming around and going. 39-28, an 11-point advantage now, the largest of the game. You know, Dan, credit Memphis Overton here. They've, every time East has gotten within 4 or 5, they've gone on a run. Nice pass underneath to Gilmore. Her layup is good. That lob set her up perfectly. 39-30 is your score. Now a timeout taken by Coach Lynn Smith over there. A full timeout. Again, we'll take a full timeout as you're watching Tracy Cleninger talking to her team. 1 minute for our local stations on the TSSAA Radio Network. Out of the timeout, Memphis Overton looks like they're going to go into some sort of a stall here, leading 39-30. Instead, they start to go now, and checking back in Fondren. She threw it away, playing with 4 fouls. Here comes Morristown East. With it is Hale. Hale now a skip pass to King, right wing, top of the circle. Hensley starts to drive in, back in the corner. King for 3. Just out the mark. Offensive rebound, though, by Morristown East, and a foul. Good offensive rebound there by Hayes. One of the few offensive rebounds they've been able to get. A good rebounding team is Memphis Overton.
Well, it's too early to go into a stall, and only a 9-point lead against a good shooting team.
How many times Have you seen a team go into a stall and it come back and bite them?
I've seen regional championship games in the same situation.
There's King, top of the key, out the inbound. Works over to Hale, left wing. Hale holding it above her head, asks for a screen and gets a screen. They switch on that screen, though, as she is tripped heading into the lane. A foul call on Memphis Overton. Still several fouls away from the bonus. Only had 3 fouls here in the second half. McGuffey called for the foul. It's only the 3rd team foul, her first. Bounce pass comes in. Nice feed and finished by Gilmore. Bounce pass leads to the bucket out the inbound play, 39-32. Now Coach Levinger wanting her team to come out and guard. Bounce pass from Golden, goes inside, spinning, shot no good underneath. Rebound put back Stafford. Is it going to count? It went in. Well, we'll see if they count the bucket or if it was before the foul. I think it's going to count. It is. So a chance for the 3-point play here for Jasmine Stafford. Stafford with 9 points in the game. Make it 11 now for Stafford. 41-32. Free throw on the way is good. Back to a 10-point lead, 42-32. 3:12 remaining in the ball game. 10-point advantage. King out front. Hayes over to Hensley now. Back to Hayes as she's guarded out front by Stafford. 10-point ball game. Bounce pass near side. Now up top of the circle to Gilmore. Gilmore spins out of traffic. Back into the corner. Good pump fake. 3 on the way by King. Yes! 42-35. A 7-point advantage. Every time it gets up to 10 or 11, Morristown East has an answer. Seems like every time they get back within 5 or 4, they have another answer for them. Driving in, contact, good bounce pass, top of the circle by Briggs to Stafford. She heads back to the free throw line.
That's not a bad foul. She had a shirt too. Now she's got to go back to the line.
How about that back cut over there? That was nice. Stafford at the line. She is a 62% foul shooter. Made the first. She'll have another. A timeout asked for here by somebody. By Memphis Overton. No, by Morristown East. It is a full timeout. So for our local stations, a 1-minute break on the TSSAA Radio Network. The line, Stafford, free throw, the second of 2. She splits the pair, 1 of 2, 43-35. Overton with the lead, East with the basketball. 2:27 to play, driving in. Gilmore draws the foul. And the guilty party going to be Briggs. And to the free throw line will go Gilmore. A 39% free throw shooter is Gilmore on the season. Gilmore averaging 10 points, 5 rebounds, 39% free throw shooter. Free throw in and out, no good.
They don't go away, do they? Whenever you have problems shooting free throws, it just bears with you throughout.
Second free throw, good. Wasn't real pretty, but it worked. 43-36, back to a 7-point game. Here's a full court pressure. They back off now. Across comes Briggs. Top of the circle. Gives left wing. Atkins. Lob underneath. Good find underneath the Briggs. Is it a charge? Yes.
She lowered the shoulder every time, Chris. Every time you do it, you lower the shoulder, you're going to get that call.
That was a good call.
Yes, it was.
And Gilmore was right there. She set up to take that charge perfectly. And now East a chance to maybe cut within 4 in this possession. Just over 2 minutes to play in regulation now. Here's Gilmore starting the drive. Spins to the paint. Out front. 3 on the way. Off the backboard. Wouldn't go. Rebound Gilmore. Yes! Count it! And the foul.
Hey, excellent call by the official right there. And Morristown East just at the right place at the right time.
So 1:59 is on the clock. Gilmore a chance to complete the three-point play. Remember, she's a 39% free throw shooter. Free throw good. 2 of 3 tonight, though. That's 66%. 43-39, a 4-point game, the closest they've been in the second half, and a foul is committed by Hale. They still got to get to the limit, and that's only their 3rd.
That's why you saw the foul. You'll see another foul real quick.
Inbounds comes to Atkins, a near steal and a foul called on Gilmore. That's not a good one, though. That's her 4th. That's probably not what you wanted to do, and that's what Coach Cleninger over there is telling her team. Somebody else come up and fouls. Get her away from the ball, and she's the farthest away now. Atkins takes it. Atkins drives in, dumps off Golden, layup good. You didn't want that either if you're Morristown East. 45-39, a 6-point game, 2 possessions. Into front court. This is Hayes. Left side, ball almost knocked away from King. She gets it back now. That deep left wing guarded out front by Atkins. Over to Gilmore. They got to hurry it up a little bit here, you would think. 1:25 to play in regulation. 45-39. Lob comes to the near side. Hensley has a lane, drives in. Up. Good. Counted in the foul.
Wow. But Chris, you're exactly right in what you said. I mean, Morristown East eating a lot of clock off, and they're on the bottom side of this scoreboard right now.
This when you think they're toast, they come back with something like that. Free throw, good. Hensley, the 64% foul shooter, nails the free throw, and it's a 3-point possession game, 45-42. Into front court comes Briggs, works a dribble. Gives it to Stafford now as we approach the 1-minute mark. There's a foul. That's the 6th team foul. As the that's just the 6th. They thought it was to the limit, but they're not. So one more side court toss in here, then they'll be in the bonus. That foul was called on King, her first. Both teams now in the bonus the rest of the ball game. McGuffey has it.
1 minute remains to play.
Now Tracy over there is begging for a foul. Finally, they commit one. And going to the free throw line will be Stafford at 62%. Their best free throw shooter is Briggs at 69% on the season.
How big's this one?
Free throw on the way. No good. Offensive rebound. Golden. She puts it up and in.
How big was that?
7:42. A 5-point ball game. 50 seconds to go. Morristown East down by 5. Right side Gilmore. Going to drive. Underneath. Scoop. Shot. Rimming. No. Rebound Golden. Golden fouled. And Golden, a 63% foul shooter. Will go to the other end and shoot 2. 1 and 1. How big was that offensive rebound? And the fact that ball rattled around the rim, it gave her enough time to get in position to get that rebound.
Unbelievable.
Golden, the 6-foot senior, made the first. It's a 6-point game now, 48-42. Every time Morristown East has made a run, Memphis Overton has had an answer. One more time. Good. Made them both. And it's a 7-point game, 3 possessions, 49-42. They need a bucket in a hurry here. Doesn't have to be a 3. Hensley at 34 seconds. Looks down low. They need something fast. Underneath Gilmore. Nice right-handed hook shot. And a timeout taken here by Morristown East. A 30-second, or no, it's a full timeout. Let's keep it here. Let's talk about what's coming up next and what's happened today in the Blue Cross Basketball Championships, Mr. Hughes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harris. And in our first game, Livingston Academy over Loudon. CPA defeated Manassas, and Stone Memorial over Waverly Central, and Obion Central defeated McMinn Central. And here we have 49-44, Memphis Overton leading Morristown East. Game to follow. Two neighborhood teams, I should say, going to be battling. It'll be Mount Juliet taking on some school by the name of Riverdale. I'm not really sure where they're from, but I got a feeling they're from around here close. What do you think?
They must be a new school.
It's a new school by the name of Riverdale.
Saw Coach Tracy Clevenger in the huddle, if you're watching online, with her team issuing out some instructions here. An immediate foul will be coming, and then there wasn't many drawing up plays in that huddle. It was mostly just giving out instructions. 5-point game, 49-44. Atkins has it. 30 seconds, now under 30 seconds, and a foul committed out near midcourt. Still 1-1, one more time here. And then we will go to that 2-shot bonus. Atkins to the line. Atkins is a 68% foul shooter, averaging 15 points per game is Atkins. She has 6 in this ball game. This is her first trip to the charity stripe. 25 seconds remain. Atkins, she eyes it and hit the first. She'll have the bonus.
Now this is a big one right here. This would give you a 7-point lead with 24 seconds left. That means 3 possessions.
Free throw on the way. Good. I tell you what, Morristown East cut the lead to 3, and the game was up in the air at that point. Momentum on the side of the Lady Canes, but Overton had an answer. Driving in, Gilmore draws contact. She'll head to the line. And that was a big collision between Gilmore and McGuffey.
Now, that's not what Memphis Overton's bench wanted to happen. They didn't want that at all.
She had nowhere to go. She was driving right at her.
She couldn't dive out of the way?
Maybe. Free throw is good. Gilmore, the 39% foul shooter, is 4 of 5. Good players step up on the big stage. Gilmore averaging 10 points per game. In this game, she has 16 now and 5 of 6 from the line. Wells checks in for Gilmore with those 4 fouls. 18.8 left, 51-46 is your score. It's a 5-point contest. Comes into Golden. Golden gets rid of it. Pass to Stafford. Almost thrown away. And crashing into the media table over here is Briggs as she's fouled. Almost turned it over. Palmer was perplexed over there.
Palmer, he's trying to figure it out. He left part of himself in Arkansas. You know,
hot springs.
He's tired.
He's been soaking in those hot springs of Arkansas too long. Free throw in and out, no good. You think he can handle this next game?
I don't know if he's ever done a game or not. It may be his new line of work.
How many games has he called in this building?
Most of them.
How many games has he not called in this building? Second free throw good. She splits the pair. Timeout called by Memphis Overton. It is a full timeout. 1 minute for our local stations on the TSSAA radio network. front. 3 on the way with 3 seconds left, and it goes, but not going to be enough as the final 10 seconds run out. 3 by Hayes, but not enough as they fall to Memphis Overton 52-49. And honestly, when the game started, I didn't know how competitive it would be, but what a game. That was pretty good on both sides.
Yeah, and Chris, it had some points in the game when it wasn't very competitive. And then Morristown East would wake up, and they made a game out of this several different times, and that's a tribute to those young ladies going off the floor, and a good game that they played, and a good coaching job by both these coaches here tonight.
52-49, 7 3-pointers in the game by Morristown East helped them stay in this ball game. First trip to the state tournament since 1981 for Morristown East. They come up short for the fourth straight year. Memphis Overton heads to the state semifinals. They'll try to advance to the state championship game for the very first time. Coming up next, it'll be Riverdale taking on Mount Juliet. For you sticking around on the radio network, we'll have some post-game stats for you on TV. We'll see you in the next contest. For Dan Hughes, Chris Harris, back in 2 minutes on the TSSAA Radio Network.
The 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships are brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA, and by the Governor's Highway Safety Office, who reminds you don't drink and drive, and by your local Tennessee Public Television station, proud host of the 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships.
I see history.
I see numbers.
I see music.
I see spaceships.
I see a butterfly.
Each year, the School Advocates for Vision and Education in Memphis makes it possible for hundreds of school children to get the glasses they need, all for free.
I see my future.
So whatever they see better. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee supports them. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee.
I see you.
See how Blue Cross is impacting your community at bcbst.com.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the TSSAA network, go to TSSAAnetwork.com/SBP.